Regina Holliday has always been an artist, but she never dreamt that one day she'd be painting images of her husband as he was slowly passing away. According to Holliday, Fred went through several months of debilitating pain, but his doctors were dismissive. He was eventually diagnosed with advanced kidney cancer. Even then, Regina says, he never received the care he was promised.
The doctor walked in, and it was a Saturday, and he just stood like 10 feet across the room and said, "We've decided we're going to send you home on a PCA pump." And Fred and I were like, what about the surgery or the chemotherapy or the stuff you said? We've decided not to do that at this time. And then he left.
Regina says she knew what that meant. A PCA pump is used by the patient to self-administer pain medication.
And my husband cried, and I cried. And then he turned to me and he said, "Go after them, Regina. You make sure they give me care."
Frederick Allen Holliday died on June 17, 2009. He was only 39 years old. Regina says she stayed up nights wondering what she could do to change the way Americans receive their health care. Since Fred's death, she has been using her artistic talent to fight what she says are deficiencies in the medical system.
Since I'd painted my whole life, and since I met my husband painting, and we'd always painted together, I thought, you know what I can do? I can make really big paintings about healthcare, about medical records, about all of these things that have been so hard for us.
6 days after Fred's death, Regina began a wall mural in a parking lot near her Washington, D.C. home. It was an expression of their medical experience.
We want healthcare!
She painted that mural as the national debate on healthcare reform intensified in the summer of 2009. That same summer, Holliday joined the healthcare reform movement, using her experience to make the case for reform. Healthcare reform, requiring all Americans to be insured, became law in January of this year. Republicans opposed it and continue to do so. The health insurance industry maintains that most Americans are satisfied with their coverage, but many people still have complaints about the care they receive. Holliday continues to work the political message into her paintings. Many of them were displayed recently at a medical office in Washington.
A lot of them are sort of smiling, but they're smiling through their sadness.
One of Holliday's favorites is a painting called "Give Us Our Damned Data." It shows 17 authors, all of whom have written about their traumatic experiences with medical care in the U.S.
And some of them are really horrific books where a massive tragedy happened within a life. So they're standing there with their spears that are pens and their shields that are books.
Death of the Paper Transfer is another one of her favorite paintings.
Fred's very frustrated in that painting. The IV cord that's coming down has got a data port plug on the bottom, and it's not connected to anything. So the idea is you're just letting this bleed out. You're letting this just pour.
While feedback about her paintings has been mostly positive, Holliday says she does have critics.
A lot of people don't like to accept the idea that something's wrong. Like, America has the best medicine. Well, in elements we do. We do have some of the best medicine, but in other elements we don't. And honestly, if one cog in this machine is not working, everything fails.
Regina Holliday says she's pleased she was able to use her talents to raise awareness and that her tragedy has made a positive difference in the quality of the nation's health care. Julie Tabo, VOA News, Washington.